Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome back to another installment of Scout Selections here for Sunday, January 26th. Before we get into today's card, quick recap of what happened yesterday. We ended up picking up a play of the day winner with the Oklahoma City Thunder -2. They ended up going off as like 1-point favorites because news about Gallinari and some other people were not going to be playing. However, Adams returned to the lineup and the Thunder continued to dominate, and they were able to beat the Timberwolves pretty easily. They pretty much coasted for the last three quarters, and we ended up picking up a nice winner, including the winners and whiners page. Though we did a video yesterday, we did go 2-2 overall, so not the greatest day, but pretty much went neutral as we ended up, I believe, going down like 0.15 units or something, pretty much non-existent. But either or, I was actually going to be looking at some of the NBA matchups for the game and college basketball, but honestly, after what happened this morning in the news of sports, particularly basketball, I'm not really in the mood to just bet on any sports today. Yeah, I think it's kind of ridiculous that even though Kobe Bryant has passed away and a very heartbreaking type of experience, especially considering the fact that it's just been reported that his oldest daughter was also on the helicopter with him. The NBA is still playing their games today. At least that's what's happening right now in Denver, between Houston and Denver. And I think that's kind of ridiculous. I don't really think that under the circumstances, especially in today's era where most of the teenagers or most of the people right out of college who are playing in the NBA have been inspired by Kobe during his playing career. So I don't really think the NBA should be playing games today. I think it's just distasteful. Either or, I wouldn't be surprised to see after the Twitter outrage against the NBA if some of the later games do end up getting canceled. I think it's the right move personally, but either or, if the games go on, yeah, that's kind of my thoughts on that. Even if the games go on, I'm not really interested in betting on it. I'm not going to be betting on anything in particular because I didn't really like anything on the college card either. I know some of you don't really like the videos I make when I don't really give out any picks, but under the circumstances, I'm not really feeling in the mood. But either or, I'll still give out some leans for all of you in case any of you do want to bet. But for me personally, I am not going to have my money on anything tonight. I'm going to take the day off. But either or, going into today's card, I'm gonna lean to the Clippers -3.5 here against Orlando. Overall, I know Orlando won their last game in pretty impressive fashion. Clippers, though, just playing really good basketball lately. I know they ended up losing to the Hawks in one of their last couple of games because Kawhi was not in the lineup, and then reports came out of him load managing at a strip club. So either or, that's basically showing that Kawhi maybe could play in some of these games that he is not. I still think that it makes sense to rest him because all that matters is winning a championship. In terms of the game today, Kawhi is in the lineup though, and Patrick Beverley is expected to make his return. So I think the Magic should struggle against the much superior team here, despite winning their last game. Just simply put, the Magic don't have anybody who can guard Kawhi, and Patrick Beverley should do a pretty good job guarding Fultz and Andash or Fournier, and I think that they should play well. So for me, lean to the Clippers on that one. Other than that, looking at the rest of the card here, what do I like here? This Atlanta-Washington total is crazy at 242.5. I know the last time these two teams played, I don't believe they even broke 220. Atlanta should not be favored in any basketball game. I'm going to lean to Washington. I know that Washington has struggled also, but Atlanta, just Trae Young's going to go for 35 plus, and they're going to lose by probably around 8 or 9. It's pretty much the tradition now with the Hawks. They're more interested in giving Trae Young stats and actually winning games. I think that's a bit concerning. Lean to Washington on that one. So Washington finds ways to win games that people just think they shouldn't win. And I know that they're a 1-point underdog here, but at the end of the day, I just don't trust Atlanta at all. Lean to Washington on that one. And I'm actually going to lean to the late game today. I'm going to be looking at the Trailblazers here, mostly just due to the fact that Miles Turner being out of the lineup as well as Malcolm Brogdon, I think, is a bit concerning here. I know Portland isn't any good, and I understand that. I'd also lean to the over in this spot because Miles Turner is a very good rim protector. Indiana's supposed to be going small, and they're not really used to going small. I think Portland should be able to dominate on the glass. Sabonis is really good on the rebounding edge, but at the same point, without Turner in the game, their defense should be a lot worse. I'll lean to the over, and I'll lean to the -3. Other than that, looking at the college card today, not really any great games to talk about. But for the games, I'll lean to the under 131 between UCLA and Oregon. Oregon plays good defense. UCLA with Mick Cronin likes to play the game at a snail's pace. I think this total's too high. I lean to the under on that one. And other than that, though, looking at the rest of the card, I'm going to lean to Northwestern plus 6.5. I know Northwestern is terrible and Ohio State has struggled lately. But at the end of the day, the Big Ten has been awful on the road, and I just will have to keep riding that trend. Lean to Northwestern plus 6.5, and this game should be close. Both teams aren't the greatest offensively. I think this game should be played in the 60s for both teams. So lean to the under and lean to Northwestern plus 6.5. Other than that, though, that's going to be the installment of Scott's Selections here for Sunday, January 26th. We'll be resuming the play of the days tomorrow. Just wasn't really feeling it based on some of the news in the sports world today. But other than that, though, that's going to be the installment of Scott's Selections here for Sunday, January 26th. And good luck to all of you and your respective bets today. Bye, everyone.